Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to Season 2, Episode 15 of the Aussie Suns Fan Podcast. I am your host, Gavin. I am here with Boyd, Hamo, and Nate. How are we doing, lads?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Very good,
up.
boys. Very good.
Doing well, guys. Doing well.
Lovely. Good to hear. It was a big week in Suns land and another, half-decent, pretty big week coming up, or big couple of weeks, really. But let's just roll straight into the week wrap. This week, we took on Utah in Utah, a win 115 to 109, book 33 points, the Biz 13 rebounds, CP3 13 assists. Then we backed up against Utah at home, 105 to 97 win, book 43 points, book 12 rebounds, CP3 5 assists. Minnesota was a win 134 to 124, book 29 points, the Biz 12 rebounds, and CP3 14 assists. And San Antonio today, to wrap it all up, in a really underwhelming game, a win 115 to 110, book 28 points, the Biz 11 rebounds. And when we talk about underwhelming, this is completely overwhelming, but CP3 tying his season high with 19 assists. Boyd, how'd you see the week?
Yeah, guys, I would have picked all wins, as you know, if I was here last week. I did listen to you guys, and I saw you pick some losses in there. I think it was a consensus that you all picked a loss to the Utah Jazz in the second game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just Hamo.
No,
it was definitely me.
No, I'm pretty sure
it was all of us, but we thought
but anyway,
we did
Happy to be wrong. Happy to be wrong.
We did think that Gobert would be back, in fairness.
Yeah, and look, and we also thought that DA was going to be back.
Yeah.
I suppose, but look, I think we've done it tougher this week than what we really should have. And look, the minutes have gone up again for CP3 and Book. I think they're pushing 33 or 34 minutes on average per game, up from 32, and that's in the space of.
At least they're not the Toronto Raptors, mate.
What do you mean?
Did you not see them the other night?
No.
4 of their 5 starters played in excess of 44 minutes.
Oh shit! No, I don't track them outside of what we do, mate. Minutes wise, anyway. But yeah, that's fucking far out. That's 44 minutes.
It's crazy.
But yeah, look. So it was a couple of weeks ago that I mentioned that CP3 is playing the most minutes of his career since I think 2015 at 32 minutes per game. It's actually in the last couple of weeks he's notched up his about 33 point something per game. So he's actually managed to up that over the space of 7 games to so he's ramping up, he's playing more, which isn't great, but we've actually needed it. We've come in close in some games where we should have really put these guys away. Minnesota, look, and you guys know, but I thought we're going to fucking towel these guys 10 plus each game. Utah, we probably played better in the first game than we did in the second game when they had some guys back. Minnesota, Cat got hot, but we still had them sorted. This game against the Spurs, though, man, we arm wrestled these guys for 3.5 quarters, and then mate, we just got really hot with the key, the usual suspects in Book and Chris Paul. So look, we've needed to play these guys extra minutes. This really should have been a week where we got their minutes down a bit, because we've got some tough games coming up.
That was always going to be really tough, though, with the guys we got out with Ayton, Crowder, Campaign, with McGee. With those guys being out, we really did need to rely on those two probably a little bit more than what we would have hoped.
That's fair too.
Having those guys out, that hurt.
Yeah, and that's a fair thing to say too. But I would have expected that still some of these teams weren't that much chop. You know what I mean? So I still thought that with the guys that we had there, we still could have spread their minutes away from our key guys a bit. It wasn't so, but in any case, what?
How?
Yeah, I can't see how
There's no one left.
Oh, look, I think
we're going to give more minutes to Alfred Payton.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Well,
that was.
No, listen. No. I thought that we could get off to a good enough start where we could see the guys could come in, blow them out in 3 quarters, and then we could leave a 4th quarter to Landry Shamet and Alfred Payton.
Yeah,
in that sort of scenario.
We did that a little bit. What game was which one was the game? Or it might have been the second game against Utah where we had 40 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
and then had 11 in the second quarter.
Yeah,
while those guys rested. That's the problem.
Yeah, of course, and that was the problem. That's what I didn't want to happen. I would have liked to have seen someone like Shamet get more reps up. He started coming good towards the end of the week. But he sort of dropped back down again today. But Landry Shamet, Alfred Payton, I just wanted them guys to take 4th quarters, and I wanted our starters to put these teams away in the first 3 rather than leaving it to the end, to be more top heavy rather than back end heavy in these minutes. So anyway, it didn't work out. It was probably a bit of wishful thinking, but that's what I really would have liked to have seen. And hopefully, as we start getting some of these players back and our depth improves, we can start easing off some minutes off of these guys and get them in better, get them a little bit of rest before the playoffs.
Very nice, Hamo. How'd you see the week?
Man, I thought it was a good week. I didn't get to see anything of the game today, but I got to see most of the other ones. Just to fact check you there,
you saw more than Boyd then by his description.
Hey?
You were pretty damn close on the Utah game there, Gav. It was the second game. We had 39 points in the first and then 11 in the second. So yeah, you're almost spot on there. But yeah, no, I thought it was a good week. I love being wrong. I think I put that up in our group chat when we beat Utah in Utah. The Minnesota game, obviously, I loved. Anyone in the chat knows why I loved that game. I thought it was the most beautiful 6.5 seconds I've seen in a long time. But yeah, that was.
No, you need to clarify that, mate.
I'm not going to touch that. Him and his 6.5 seconds can go.
Didn't have to, mate. It only lasted 6.5. No, I had a very strange multi on the Timberwolves game, and it was all hinging on Chris Paul having 20 points, which everyone laughed at. And with 6.5 seconds to go, I don't know how you pronounce his first name.
Prince.
Torian, yeah, okay. Torian Prince decided, even though CP3 was dribbling the ball out with 6.5 to go, these dumbass motherfuckers walked up and fouled him. So
he did embarrass the shit out of him. Let's be honest.
The hardest part was we were I was trying to balance CP3 getting one more point off 2 shots, but not going over the 1 to 10 margin. And it was perfect, man. So that was a nice $320 for $10. Thank you very much, Ladbrokes. Gamble responsibly.
Yeah, well, I had CP3 for 20 points in that game as well. And I missed out because Devin Booker only had 3 assists instead of bloody 4.5. Thanks, Book. Nate, how'd you see the week?
Well, I apparently saw more of it than Boyd did based on, like I said, the way he described those games. I think we should agree on a definition of a pantsing before we do any more of these pods. Boyd, you jumped in, you said, I would have said we had all wins and we pantsed a lot of them. We won everything between a 1 to 10 point margin this week.
Yeah,
so if we're going to go by our Ladbrokes agreement, 11 plus is the pantsing, right?
But
11
I wasn't even on the last pod.
He wanted pantsings and didn't get them. Is what he said. Yeah.
You want and you didn't get them. My apologies then. I thought you did your usual thing where you assume everyone got pantsed.
Yeah, fuck off.
Look, it was an unusual week. The Minnesota game was hard to watch when you got Jalen Smith and Bismack as your only 2 bigs, and then you see Ian Wainwright. I couldn't believe it when I saw him at centre. I'm like, am I seeing this right? He's 6'5" centre. All right, cool. That game today was hard to watch. It's the facepalm moment until halfway through the fourth, and then it's like, okay, it's finally exciting again. Why do we do this? Had a flashback to that question we asked last week: are we actually clutch or just lazy for 3/4? Because it seriously looked like we were lazy for 3/4. But well, hey, 4 wins, and we're second double-digit win streak of the season. So.
Yeah, it was an interesting week. It's always good beating Utah. Utah is one of those sides I hate with a goddamn passion. I think it's the Devin Booker versus Devin Mitchell comparisons. Not Devin Mitchell. What's his fucking name?
Donovan.
Donovan Mitchell. That just infuriates me. Plus, there's way too many Utah fans in Australia who are big mouths and won't shut the fuck up. So it's always nice to beat them, especially twice in a row. Minnesota, look, it was to be honest, we're in control of the entire game there. We did it pretty cruisy. I think we tied our season record with 23s and broke our season record with 36 scores on assists, which is a fantastic result. And then, as everyone said, the San Antonio game today was vomit. A couple of interesting things, just for those who might not be aware, the Phoenix Suns hit 40 wins today. Monty Williams became the All-Star Game Team LeBron coach, which is great because now he can let Wiggins start after 30 seconds, take him off, then basically not play him at all. And when they ask him in the press conference after the game, he can just say, well, I don't think he deserved a spot. But there are a couple of really noteworthy things that happened with the team this week. Of course, double-digit wins again, win streak, 10 now in a row, which is fantastic. It's exciting. We keep speaking about, and I did see something today where 2017 through 2020, we had 40 wins combined. And we have 40 wins combined in the first 49 games this season.
Oh, so, Zona Hoops shared that one on Twitter.
So
it's a good one.
Man, that is just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff that we get to be Suns fans in this period. And I'm glad that we started the group and started the pod before we were good, because now we don't look like bandwagon fans. So great week, 4 out of 4. We move on and go into the next week. Let's move on to MVP of the week. Hamo, I'm going to start with you for this one. Who was your MVP this week?
I'm going to go with CP3, man. Not only did he help me personally and financially, but I just thought he was everywhere. When I didn't get to see the stats, the stream from today's game, I looked at the stats and it's like, well, he did it again. 20 points again and, 19 rebounds or whatever it was.
19 assists, 9 rebounds.
Assists, yeah.
1 rebound off another triple-double.
It's crazy. He's just, for his age too, it's just insane, man. It is absolutely insane. He's been everywhere. He's been important. So, yeah, he's got my vote for the week.
Lovely, Boyd.
I was a little bit torn. I was thinking Booker and CP3. Just he did some things at his age, and Hamo, you're exactly right that he shouldn't be able to do 19 assists today, and I think he should be averaging about 12 after today's game. I believe a game.
Yeah, he'd be pushing up over
about 11 something. I'm not sure.
Pretty close, 11.7 or something.
Fact check that for me, Hamo. But he was just defensively great all week. Set the table for everybody, and mate, Booker was so potent. He was fucking getting hot from everywhere, and they were both clutch. I mean, probably CP3 more. I think he had a couple of games with like 15 or 13 point quarters in the fourth quarter. But yeah, mate, it's CP3 for mine.
Nate?
I can't disagree with anything the boys said. I had CP3 written down as my MVP, and then I thought, but I went back and had a look at Booker, and CP3's got the assist. Booker doesn't have the assist, but he's killing it on the score. He had a really bad game at the end of last week. What was it, 7 points? And then turned around and hits 33, 43, 29, 28. Now I'm going to say Booker, even though I've got CP3 down here with an exclamation point just because he makes Peyton play less. And that makes him my MVP, that I don't have to see Peyton on the court. But the second Jazz game that we scored that huge first quarter, I'm pretty sure it was 21 points that Booker hit in the first quarter, and that was CP3's game score. So if I'm going to compare the two, and they're consistently just booted out of the park all week, that 43-point game with a 21-point first quarter, I'm just going to give it to Book. That and the fact that his surname isn't Wiggins this week. So
it is a really, really strange occurrence that we get to a week where Devin Booker's had 33 points, 43 points, 29 points, 28 points, and he isn't our most valuable player.
isn't that awesome?
Chris Paul was just phenomenal this week. Double-doubles for all 4 games, triple-double in one, and 1 rebound off a triple-double today. Against Utah, he only had 5 assists. He was playing pretty poorly. Our second quarter, we only scored 11. But his last quarter, I think he had 16 points in the last quarter when Utah was really basically taking the game away from us in Utah. The crowd was getting into it. And Chris Paul went down the court 6 times in a row and just went bang, 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 and took the game away. He was phenomenal this week. And it's as much as I'd like to give it to Devin Booker, and I think that Devin Booker is the best player in Phoenix right now, Chris Paul is the difference. It's as simple as that. When it gets to crunch time, Book was sensational today in crunch time, but we just see it every single game from Chris Paul. And so for me, Chris Paul, that gives him a 3-1. So Chris Paul is our MVP of the week.
And just to point out the fact check that Boyd was after, Paul is sitting at according to NBA.com, is a 10.3 assists per game.
10.3.
Yeah,
and I think I saw on some stats at the start of the week, it was like 9.7 or in the high 9s. So
that's a big jump.
It's a decent jump over just like 2 or 3 games to move your average up that much. That's very good.
All right, let's move on to Defensive Player of the Week. We will start this time with you, Nate.
I don't have one. I honestly, from watching the games, I didn't have a standout. I went back, looked at the box scores. Nothing stood out from the box. I can't say that any one player should take the title this week. And that's not
You hop down off that fence?
No, the picket.
He's taking my spot. What's going on?
Yep. So Nate's sitting on the white picket fence again. Fucking weak as piss. Boyd, who you got?
Well, I thought the same as Nate, but I made a call. I jumped in there as well not long ago, and there wasn't any 5 steal games from anyone, 4 blocks or nothing that really jumped out.
Hold on. Can we just stop right now?
Yes, no, we can't because
just for a second, then I'll let you keep going. Stop looking at the fucking box score and start.
No. Fuck you. Don't tell me how to look at a game. Jesus fucking Christ. Now, I had to look at it too. Well, that's not the only.
Yeah, of course you did. The box score. Yep.
That's not the only reason that leads me to my decision when I picked Defensive Player of the fucking week. You dickhead. But it's just a good indicator because it's a lot to remember, right? Over the space of a week. I don't know about you guys, but I need some fucking memory jogs.
You need numbers.
Anyway, I thought about it.
My memory's perfect, man. I don't need any help.
I thought about it, and I'm giving it to Cam Johnson. Now, he's been solid. And one thing I've noticed, and what made me have a closer look at him, is the odds on Ladbrokes for his steals and blocks are going down. And they're going fucking down.
What a decision-making tool.
It's just one of them, mate. It's just one of them.
I like it.
He's gone from paying, $2 or $3 for a steal or a block a game.
Of course he is. He's starting now instead of coming off the bench behind.
No, this has been trending. This has been trending for the last couple of weeks.
Fuck me.
Not only that, but he's been more consistent on the defensive end. So I'm giving him the nod.
I'll pay that. He has, but you're a box score Ladbrokes looking motherfucker. Hammer, who you got?
Look, it might be because they're new to the team and I'm just really enjoying them, but big busy. You know, whether you want to call it box score or not, that's mainly what I looked up. But
no, you're not allowed to look at any stats. Gav does not allow anyone to look at stats. Otherwise, you're just a fucking nothing.
Only if you're using it to justify, I don't really want to pick anyone, but his box score was good.
Well, I didn't watch this game, or I didn't fucking look at the stats, so I just liked that one big block that I saw him do off the back.
All right, shut up. It's Hammer's turn. Fucking Jesus Christ.
yeah, he's filling in time. It's good.
How good is that white picket paling up my ass looking right now?
No, and meanwhile,
I was having a shot at both of you. Don't fucking think you're getting away with this, mate. I looked at the box scores and I couldn't pick anyone, so I'm going to sit on this fence.
No, I started by saying I watched the games and nothing stood out, and nothing stood out in the box score.
No. Gav hears what he wants to hear,
That's
Nate.
true, he does, yeah.
Fucking really grasping.
Anyway, sorry to butt in there. I think.
Anyway, keep going, Hammer.
Sorry, Hammer.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Like I said, it could be because he's new, and unless we watch every game, including Charlotte and I don't know Toronto or whatever over the last few years, we wouldn't have seen much of him. And I said it last week. I love his hustle. He's a bit of an everywhere man. Doesn't stop. Doesn't change his demeanour either, which I like. You know, he's pretty stoic in that regard. But I think he's been a huge extra help on what the rest of the team has been doing in terms of our defense.
Who?
Busy.
Bismack.
Oh,
Busy.
Talk about not fucking listening.
Let's go, Gavin. I hope you don't have any fucking stats.
I'm not going on stats. I'm going to go on what I saw this week. I don't even know what his fucking stats were, but I'll tell you right now, the one person that stood out on defense for me, and it was 3 examples when games were tight and an opposition player was torching the fuck out of us. There was one player who stood up and went, get the fuck out of the way and let me play defense on this player. Not only did he do that, but he put stops on them. Devin Booker is my fucking defensive player of the week. I saw multiple times that he actually got in the passing lanes, picked passes off. On the boards, he was fantastic. Defensively, he actually absolutely grounded out this week. And when Jordan Clarkson was ripping us apart, Devin Booker picked him up full court and made him turn the ball over.
I remember that play.
That to me, I sit there and go, we have got someone that we consider a superstar, someone who, when you look at your players in the same age group, your Trae Youngs, your Luka Doncic, these guys that are considered superstars that wouldn't even know how to play fucking defense. Devin Booker stood up and went, I'm going to take this bloke full court and I'm going to push him out, make sure that he doesn't score, get a stop, and basically ice the game. Devin Booker is my defensive player of the week. And because we're all different, he wins defensive player of the week. And fuck you, boy.
And I looked at a whole week's worth of stats and also markets changing in the betting scene, and watched the games.
Which was glorious.
You come through with one play on Jordan fucking Clarkson.
Okay, well, let me justify a little bit further because you were desperate for that, and I left it.
That's okay.
I deliberately left it out. Hold on, I deliberately left it out because I was really hopeful that you would try and have a crack here. Cameron Johnson had 4 steals this week. Devin Booker had 6. Cameron Johnson had 1 block this week. Devin Booker had 2. Cameron Johnson had less rebounds. Cameron Johnson had a great week. I'm not trying to slam Cameron Johnson here.
No, and I'm not slamming you.
I deliberately left that shit out when it came to numbers because I was hoping you'd have a crack. Devin Booker's defensive numbers from the box score were better than Cameron Johnson's.
I'm just going to jump in here for a second, man. And I've said it before. This is one of the reasons I love our dynamic. You know, we're all great in our areas, except for me. I just come in and talk shit. And then Boyd comes in and says something that I would never even think to look at, is that the betting odds are changing. You know what I mean? I really like that, man. That's some extra research. I'm not shooting him against you, Gav. I'm just saying, Boyd, I think that's
I'm
a
really
great touch, man. That's
I'm
really
enjoying
good
the fucking
observation.
I'm really enjoying the Boyd love from you two. He deserves it after we basically drowned him 2 weeks ago.
No,
So,
but it's true though, man. That's like the equivalent of watching the stock markets in the business. You know what I mean?
But
That's
look,
that's good.
I think Book has had an uptick in his defensive intensity along with Cam Johnson over the last couple of weeks. But yeah, I just wasn't looking at Book.
so
to be honest.
was my nomination okay for you?
Yeah, it's okay. I just want to have a dig at your context around.
I know, but you were wrong again. Encouragement award. Boyd, did you watch the segment last week? The encouragement award.
Yes, and I have one.
Excellent. I love it. This was another brainchild of the pod master, Nate. And I really enjoyed this segment last week, and I have got one, and hopefully we don't have crossovers. But let's start this week with
Don't cross the streams,
Boyd, you're
man.
first.
Don't cross the
You've got one.
streams.
Let's
Give
go.
it to me. Okay, I'm giving it to our man, our two-way star, Ishmael Wainwright. Just basically, he's got fuck all minutes, right? And he's just built like a brick shit house, and he was playing the five today, which we all noticed in that small ball lineup. But man, the defensive intensity on them blocks in key moments that led to that Cam Johnson. Who did he block? Was it Lonnie Walker? He just went straight up, and I didn't see where the ball went, and it stayed in his hands. He sort of stuffed it, and then it went straight back down the other end of the court, and Cam J fucking dunked all over McDermott, I think it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but Ish had some real encouraging power plays, and it just gave me PJ Tucker defensive feelings, just the hustle, just his fucking his tenacity on
He
the
drew
defense.
two charges today too in the last quarter.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking to my soul, guys. He's speaking to it.
Beautiful. Ish Wainwright nomination. Well, encouragement award from Boyd. Hamo, what do you got?
I'm just wondering how we can speak to your soul when we don't have any, Boyd. But anyway,
Ish was.
Yeah. We I sort of shot myself in the foot here because I said don't cross the streams, but it's exactly what I was thinking too. Was Ish? Today he set. I think it was today. It might have been the last game, but posted career high in points with 10. Great. It's encouraging. Hey, it's encouraging.
It's better than anything Abdul Nader's ever fucking thrown at us.
Better than what Chandler fucking Hutchinson or fucking
But if I get to finish, man, you know what I mean? This was in 20 minutes, plus he had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, a steal, and 2 blocks.
And drew 2 charges.
He's been striking the
and
three.
This guy's what?
Too.
He's 6'5", 250 or somewhere abouts that. You know, we
I
could
don't know, but he's a fucking massive man.
We could need someone like that when it comes to playoffs if Jay Crowder may not be up 100%. I'm not saying he's not healthy. I'm just saying if something happens with Crowder, we might need someone that size to shut down some bigger people. So I really like him, man. He's encouraging to watch, and I want to encourage him because I know he's an avid fan. And keep doing your thing, Ish.
I love his facial expressions. Ish Wainwright.
And he's everywhere in the locker room.
They are the
videos
best.
And that afterwards. He's like, yes, sir.
When they call a foul on him, when something big happens, his facial expressions are the best on our team right now in Phoenix. He's the new Alan Williams.
Yeah, he is.
Nate, what do you got? Who's your encouragement award for this week?
It's the same one. It's Ishy, but I've got a lot of different reasons.
I hope it's better than their fucking reasons because they've missed the point of this completely.
Look, when I saw him run out, he was playing centre because Biombo was in foul trouble. Jalen Smith had either fouled out or was one foul from fouling out, and they ran out Ish at the centre. I'm looking at going, is that really happening? And I myself thinking, oh, right there, that's the encouragement award. And the minute after the game, every single pod, and to this day, is like, oh, we're running small ball 5 now with Ish. Like they didn't even get surprised by it. They've just transitioned the conversation to, and I'm just like, did we really just jump past the fact who he is? He's a 6'5", and I had to actually Google during the game. He's actually listed as a power forward. I thought for sure he was like a shooting guard.
Well, he's
wing,
actually shorter than. Is he shorter than Devin
6'5".
Booker?
Yes,
Well, Booker's
same height.
listed
Same height.
6'6", isn't he?
But he's shorter than Tucker was.
Well, he's
Same height.
shorter than
people.
Cam Johnson. He's shorter than Mikal Bridges.
6'5".
Yeah.
And 240 pounds, which is shitload heavier than me. So
That's a big dude, man. It's about 108 kilo.
But then there was more reasons. You touched on it before, Boyd. It's more than Chandler Hutchinson ever did. Chandler Hutchinson was still signed to his rookie contract and was still getting paid, I think, by the Spurs or someone, which I brought up on a much earlier pod, for $4 million, 10 times more than what Ishii's getting. He got 400K signed for this season. He's out there outperforming someone that's getting paid 10 times more and got flicked. So that adds to my encouragement. I've got some more encouragement. Watching him on the bench today, sitting next to JaVale McGee. They got the same fucking haircut. It was hilarious. And it got even funnier because they're on the end of the bench and the cheerleaders, the Suns entertainment dancers.
Don't tell me they have the same haircut.
No, but just watching, like, there's a huddle going on and this is kind of like looking at the court and I'm like, you would plow through those cheerleaders. And that's where I'm like, no, he's got to get my encouragement award. With the JaVale McGee haircut and the cheerleaders on the court, he's not involved in the huddle.
It's not Bert and Ernie, it's Bert and Bert.
Go get him, big fella.
All right, so 3 encouragement awards for Ish. After today, I don't reckon he needs an encouragement award. He was sensational. My encouragement award goes to Bismack Biyombo and Devin Booker. So who watched the game today?
Most of it, on and off.
Okay.
I had it running on my iPad while I was working.
I did not, sir.
Boyd, did you get a chance to watch today's game?
Yeah.
Did you see Bismack Biyombo and Devin Booker act out the jump ball that they ended up calling a Spurs timeout? And Devin Booker and Bismack Biyombo are standing in front of the referee, showing them what happened with the ball and how it can't be a timeout. And seriously, it was like 35 seconds of them trying to convince the ref it can't be a timeout. I'm going to give you two the encouragement award. Keep trying to negotiate a change in call, boys. That was sensational. It made me laugh for 10 minutes. It was hilarious. Well done.
That's great. I didn't actually see that part, but I did see the jump ball where Bismack looked at the umpire and he's gone, raising his hands like raising the roof. You can't do that, ref. Come on.
and then straight afterwards, him and Booker standing there, basically reenacting it on the court during a timeout. It was hilarious. All right, so the week ahead, this week, 3 games for us. We have got a big road trip coming up, which is mainly next week, but the first game of that road trip is on Monday before we pod again. Wednesday at Brooklyn, Wednesday against Brooklyn at home at 2 p.m. Friday versus Atlanta at 11:30 a.m. Sunday versus Washington at 11 a.m.
That's all.
How do you see the week going there, Nate?
Mate, I've looked at all these and I want to Boyd up and go W's all the way across. Brooklyn ESPN game, so it's going to be a nationally televised game. They're shot to hell. They've got Harden and no one else. So that's
hey, it's an away game. Kyrie can play.
Oh, sorry, it is at home. He can play. Sorry, my apologies. I still think we get that. The Atlanta game's the one I put a question mark next to because there's
Sorry, would we allow him to play in Phoenix?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only 2 locations you can't play. One is
both
Brooklyn.
in New York, are they?
So just to clarify that, if you are not vaccinated, you can't play in Brooklyn if you live in Brooklyn. But if you're not vaccinated, you can actually travel to Brooklyn and play. It is also the same. It is also the same in San Francisco against the Warriors.
Thank you for schooling me there. Sorry to cut you off, Nate. Please continue.
Ah, it's all good, bro. I stand corrected on the home game too. I didn't have that written down as a home game, but I still think we get the W. Kyrie or no
Definitely
Kyrie.
at the footprint.
Yeah, it's definitely the footprint, and I like the fact it's an ESPN game. So that's actually going to be a good watch if Kyrie's playing, Harden's playing. If we get back to full strength too. I mean, at the moment, what are we down? 6 players, 3 that matter. Um, anyway,
Yeah, well, we got McGee back today. I reckon Jay probably plays. He was pretty close today, according to Monty. And I think
Okay.
Aiton was in shoot around today.
Okay.
So I think we see Jay and Aiton come back.
3 days, that's enough to get right. The Atlanta game is the interesting one because Atlanta have no injuries, full squad. They usually, this time of year, getting their...
Shit
Like
together.
last year, they got the fire up their ass and they turned everything around. So, I mean, I've got to put it down as a win because I've got to be honest. Just watching the guys this week, they kept surprising me, and I shouldn't be surprised anymore as a fan, but I'm still surprised because we're down so many stars. We're up against the wall, and we're still coming out with W's against all odds. Even though Ladbrokes have the odds at stupid short prices.
So
I have to put it down as W.
Atlanta's on a 7-game win streak, which is surprising.
They're a great team, and look, I know you don't like us talking about them like they're any good, Boyd, but that little runt that's going to start in the All-Star game is a very good player.
And destroys us every fucking time.
He's always a little curry against us with where he shoots from. And then the Washington's our warm down for the week. We'll take that W. Even though that's as you said, Gav, leading into a 4-game away trip. So the first 2 games are this week. The next 2 games are away, and I think we've got another 1 or 2 at home.
Hamo?
Yeah, well, I mean, normally I'd be worried about the Nets. Now that Nate's told me what's going on with Kyrie, I'm more worried about the state of Arizona. Personally, but no, look, I've got my margins written down here too. So Nate's gone through where everything is and which ones are televised, which is great. The Wednesday game against the Nets, I've got us at a win from 1 to 10. I think it'll be a bit close. That was written down before I knew Kyrie was playing, so I mean, shit, could be 20 plus. The Hawks game, once again, I got down as a win, but it's going to be similar margin, 1 to 10, or same margin technically. And then, Sunday, Capital One Arena versus the Wizards, definitely 11 plus with a win. But yeah, that's very interesting about that Kyrie thing, man. I'm gonna have to talk about that later. Not today, but another time.
Very nice, Boyd.
I've got 3 W's. I've got the first game against the Nets.
There's a shot. Yeah.
Well, I think we see, as you guys were saying, I think we see a few of our bigs coming back. Not sure on Crowder, of course, but I think DA. I think DA will come back before Crowder, and I think again similar to when he came back last time from his it was an ankle then as well, I think. But first game a little bit of rust, and then got back into the swing of it. So I think that he knocks that off against the Nets, and then I think that we do that one close. I hope we fucking flog them though. But and then I think the next 2 against the Hawks, I have nowhere near as much love for the Hawks as you guys, especially fucking John Collins and Trae Young. I hate both them cunts.
I think we should. John Collins is back on the trade table, so
good.
Tick.
Good.
First C-bomb for the episode, was it?
So long as he doesn't, come to us. But so I think that we get them 11 plus, and Washington, mate, will just be going through the motions. Hopefully, I'm hoping, boys, that we get to give CP3 a little bit of a break in the fourth, in the arse end of this week in the last 2 games against the Hawks and the Wizards.
Yeah, just let him rest up a little bit, man. He's been kicking ass lately, eh?
So just to clarify, by the standard of a pantsing being 11 plus, you've got them all at pantsings?
No, I think the first game will be a bit of a knock the Russ game off because I'm predicting that DA will come back for that. So he's just going to be a little bit stiff maybe.
So you got 1 to 10, 11 plus, 11 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, fair cool.
Brooklyn are absolutely cooked. James Harden's already trying to find a way out. From everything that, if you believe everything you read,
we know where he's going next season.
He's already put his hand up and said he wants to be traded for Ben Simmons. So he's had enough of Brooklyn. Not happy with.
I don't understand who wins in that situation, man.
Well, it depends on what else they sort of get, I suppose. But without
sandwich,
without
Morey is the
Brooklyn
only
win. Brooklyn win it, guys. In that trade, Brooklyn win for sure.
Yeah, I'd take Simmons before Harden every day of the week.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with Simmons on that? No, never mind. Digress.
He's passed first, man. Fucking Durant and Kyrie will
fucking shoot.
That's all right. They've got shooters.
Jesus.
Brooklyn's got shooters. Why the fuck would they need Simmons to shoot?
Simmons.
I've had your back for the last week and a bit, boy.
They've got Kyrie. They've got Kyrie. They've got KD. They've got Patty Mills. They've got they could shoot. They don't need Ben Simmons.
So what the fuck they got Ben Simmons for?
Well, to pass them the ball. We beat Brooklyn at home. Atlanta. I'm a little bit worried about the Atlanta game. I think we will get the win. I'm not with Boyd, who has a pure hatred of Atlanta. I don't think it'll be 11 plus because that little fucking weasel midget always seems to light it up against us. So I think we will get the win, but it's going to be a pretty challenging game. Washington, look, again, Bradley Beal, he's obviously the worry when we come up against Washington, but I think we get the win there. It's a start of a 4-game, pretty tough road trip, those first 2 games. The good thing is that on the road, we are freaking delicious. And as long as opposition teams send their mascots out to try and hang shit on Devin Booker, we could end up beating them by 40. So
I didn't realize Patrick Beverley was a mascot.
I'm going to go all wins. I'm going to go all wins, which means we all go all wins, which is a bad sign because last time we did that, we lost.
But what's the margins though? Because I mean, I didn't actually put my margins out there. I forgot about it. But
I think we beat Brooklyn 1 to. I think all 3 games are 1 to 10 type games.
Even Washington.
On the road.
I'm 1 to 10, but Washington, it's got to be 11.
Washington, we're going to be playing the bench most
How
of the
many
game.
How many games have we won 11 plus?
Well, not in the
we don't win many.
Recent streak. No,
we don't win many 11 plus because we're more than happy to.
Because we're just clutch, right?
These guys.
Not lazy
That's it.
Clutch.
To be honest, it's like the question last week, Nate. What we do is we wait until there's 5 minutes to go and go. We'll start trying now.
Well, how good is that though? That we can stick in cruise control for 3, sometimes 3.5 quarters, and they just know they can all sync together and just clamp down on defense, get stops, stop, 3-3, and just fucking open them up. It's a really, really good problem.
It's good to be a Suns fan when they're pulling that shit, isn't it?
Oh,
it really is.
On that point, the PHNX Suns podcast today, Lindsay Smith said that exact thing. She was on there saying that how often have we been the Suns fans going 3 quarters when we know we've got a shit team and we're right in it and we're ahead. We're thinking, oh, we've got this. And then the other team just says we can't lose to the Suns and then just flicks a switch and buries us.
Smashes us, yeah.
And now we're the ones that are flicking the switch and burying people, essentially.
That was one I was going to bring up before too. And we're going into, obviously, these 3 games are in February, but in 2 months, we're the first team in NBA history to go through 2 months at plus 900.
Saw that, yeah. That's all. That's
2 full months.
That's special.
It's pretty damn good. We went undefeated. Was it December we went undefeated?
November we did.
November, we went undefeated and we won one game. Lost one game this month.
What was that little fact you just checked there, Hamo?
I was just checking out what Gav asked how many games this season we'd actually won by 11 plus, and it's out of the 49 games we've played, 23 of them we've won by 11 plus so far.
That's
so it's a little bit under 50% kind of, but
that's
I mean, you know, when you're looking at the 3 games we've got this week, man, I mean, shit, you can't not say the Wizards going to be held under 10.
Although, in saying that, while that's surprising, in saying that, a lot of the time we get to the last 5 minutes and the opposition doesn't score for the last 5 minutes. I think that happened a couple of weeks ago against Dallas too, didn't it? Where we were down 2 when it ticked over 5 minutes to go and they scored 2 for the rest of the game and we scored 18.
Good old Dallas. And KP's injured again.
All right, let's move on. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We are handing over to our main man, Boyd. He is going to run thumbs up, thumbs down this week, which means you need to write everyone's answers down, Boyd.
Okay. I got my handy dandy notepad.
For everyone listening at home, we owed Boyd one. We had a bit of fun with him a couple of weeks ago. If you didn't listen, and we owe him the right to lead this.
Yeah, we set him up 2 weeks ago. So, Boyd, this is all you. Ask the questions, and you
write down.
You pick whatever order we go in.
All right. So, first one up. Will this week's performance from Ish at the 5 mean that we'll play more small ball moving forward?
Who are you picking?
Nate, you go first, mate.
I'm going to go thumbs down.
Alrighty, Gav.
I'm also thumbs down.
Hemo.
I'm going to go with thumbs up.
And I'm also going to go thumbs down. Okay.
Hammer's just realised it's coming at him.
Hemo's already lining up his submissive reason. He's like, no, well, really?
Can I borrow one of those white fence palings, please? No?
Can I change my mind?
Okay. Will Phoenix break their win streak record for a second time this season? We'll start with you, Hamo.
Thumbs up.
Just get this down. Nate.
Thumbs up.
Gav.
I'm thumbs down.
For those who didn't see it, I just went like, yes, when Nate agreed with me.
Am fist pumped?
I'm going thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. All right. Okay. Third one is Cam Johnson the best 3-point shooter the Suns have ever had? Gav, you kick off.
Thumbs up.
Nate.
No fucking way. Thumbs down.
Hemo.
Not a fucking chance. Put it quietly and mildly, but no fucking way.
I can't wait to hear
guys,
it.
I'm going to go thumbs down as well.
Gav, you wanted the comments.
Cannot wait to hear who's better.
Okay.
You fuckers better come with facts.
Fact is, it's 3 verse 1.
Can the Suns win a title this year without making any moves at the trade deadline? Gav.
And me again?
Yeah, go, mate.
Thumbs up.
Hemo.
I am a thumbs up as well, my man.
Nate.
Yep, thumbs up.
Guys, we're getting all thumbs up here.
Oi.
Football.
Shit question.
Right. That'll be a quick one. All righty. Rightio, Hamo. So the first one, you were the only guy that chucked your thumb up. Now, that was on the performance of Ish Smith causing the Suns to play more small ball moving forward. Tell us why, buddy.
I think it's definitely something to keep up our sleeve. It obviously caught the opposition by surprise. And why not have every facet available to your team? If you can run small ball, you can run, I love using the Twin Towers scenario, PC or not. But, you've got to have a vast repertoire in terms to be able to match your opponent. If it's like a fighting thing, or whether it's a team-based sport or something like that, you have to be able to adapt and move. And I just think it's a really, really important thing that we've shown that we can do that if we need to. And that's why I went thumbs up.
All right, Nate.
I don't think we really need to go round Robin, but I was pretty simple in why I went thumbs down, as our big fellas are back. DA's coming back, and JaVale's back, and Bismack's doing Bismack things, and Jalen Smith is still there.
That's how it is right now. But we could always end up back in the same place.
I don't.
Save your rebuttal to the end, please, Hamo.
Sorry, Your Honour.
Good luck.
I did not interpret the statement as in for the rest of the season. I interpreted in the context of the moment. And fuck you.
Gav.
I agree with Nate. I took it as context for the rest of the season. So when Aiton comes back, we don't run small ball lineups. When we head into playoffs, majority of the sides we play against, we don't run small ball lineups. But I do agree with Hamo that if the option is there, we will certainly run small ball lineups. But
we need a third white fence paling here, man.
There's no.
Nate's got one. I got one. You got one.
There's no white fence paling there. It's if necessity dictates, we can do it. But reality is, let's look at our opponents when we get to playoffs, and not one of those sides in playoffs will run small ball lineups where we won't need a big guy on the floor.
Hang on a minute. Let's look at the context of playoffs and small ball lineups. In what fucking world are we playing Ish Smith in a playoff series? Or it's
never know.
I'd play Ish Smith ahead of Alfred Payton.
I'm getting carried away. I was getting passionate here.
And Nader.
Ishi is not playing the starter of a small ball lineup. We've got Busy there, who's 6'8", who is technically classified as a small ball centre. So why would you go even think about Ish Wainwright, do you know his name, over Busy?
Before I rebuttal on everyone here, can I have the original question asked again? Because I do have it down here in shorthand. No. I think I've got a point here because I've got it written down in shorthand.
Boyd, your turn again.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
All right. So the reason I said no is simply, I think you guys touched on it, is the DA's coming back. JaVale McGee's just come back. We got Busy playing out of his skin. We got probably the best big rotation in the comp right now. Everyone else, all the other contenders have a good one. We've got a fucking really good one and a whole heap of depth. We're going to struggle to get all of our centers minutes.
What about Jalen Smith?
Jalen Smith, I'm hoping is gone by the dead. I'm not hoping, but I think he will be gone. And we can see what Monty has been doing. He's been don't be smart ass.
Sorry. I said Hamo up there.
Anyway. Here's what I think. I think the question was, will that performance see us play more of the small ball in the future? And it won't, because it can't. But Hamo, you are right. It is very handy to have that as an option in an extreme circumstance. However, it doesn't mean Ishmael playing the 5 today does not mean that it's going to eat into any of Aiton's minutes.
Really quickly, off air we were getting the questions ready, and I've done shorthand here. Now
that's why I didn't do shorthand. It took me so long.
No, this is why I'd like a quick clarification on the question, because I've got here Ish equals small ball more often. So was the question, Ish's performance mean we're going to play small ball more often? then
Yeah.
yeah, of course. We're not going to play it less now that we know it works.
Yes, we
Doesn't
will.
work.
No.
No, but
That's
if we
handy.
need to, it can
it's
work.
handy. It's handy that it works.
That's right.
The reason we're going to play less is because of the cattle we have coming back in and how big them fuckers are.
Yeah, Hamo.
There's no okay.
Hamo,
If we end up in the same scenario again,
you just bitched out so that you didn't look so much dickhead.
no, not at all. I still stand by it. I still stand by my dickheadedness.
Well, it doesn't
100.
make sense. It doesn't make sense.
That
No,
is-
look, we're talking
hold
about
on, Nate. Hashtag dickheadedness.
hashtag dickheadedness, right? No,
Closing
look,
for the night.
if we are in a similar scenario like we were, and we need to play that kind of team, like I said, it's great that we can do it. And yes, I think with the performance and how it worked, we will be using it more often throughout the season
I think
Just
we all
to knock
agree.
that out.
needed.
Just
We
to
all
knock
agree.
it out.
We
Do you
all
think
agree.
Ish,
Where's my flog
Is there-
sign?
is there a scenario, Hamo, where Ish plays the 5 better than Aiton?
The question didn't involve Ish other than his performance playing small ball. It didn't say that we'd be playing
Okay,
Ish
does
and
any-
small ball.
Does any player
Like Nate just said, 6'8" Biumbo is
Does any-
technically
Oh
A
my
small-
God, he's jumped on
Okay.
you, mate.
no.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay. Does Bismarck or Ish in any scenario take Aiton out of that center role in a playoff series for us as a starter?
Bismack. Yeah.
Do we see it leaning more towards small ball, or
If you're talking injuries
coming
and
back?
things like that, I'm not talking
No,
about
okay,
changing rotation for the sake of playing small ball.
Hey, and if all of
My
our
defense
guards
has always
get
been
injured
if
as
we're
well-
injured in the same position, it works for us and it's going to work against the team we're playing, then hell yeah, I reckon we play it more often. If it works, do it. If it doesn't work, why the hell would you?
Wrap it up,
I'm not-
boy. Own the subject. Shut him down. Move it on.
This is why you should do it, because I like to fucking argue. Okay. One. Shit.
Speed
Okay.
it up.
Okay. Here
I'll
we've
take it
got-
back next
we've
week.
got- Will Phoenix break their win streak again this season? We have Nate with thumbs up, Gav thumbs down, Hamo and me thumbs up. So Gav, you can kick off, eh?
All right, this is the NBA, guys. We have a 4-game road trip that is extremely tough coming up. Yes, the rest of the month we're at home looks quite good, but this 4-game road trip includes Chicago and Philly, and our guys have played too many minutes. Chicago and Philly away, following after Atlanta and Washington. We basically have to win 20 games to break that record. It's a big ask. It's a big ask, especially after this 4-game road trip.
So was
Hamo just mute himself?
All right, it's a big ask, you're saying, Gav. Pretty much.
no,
it's a
it
big
was
ask.
my turn. I'm sorry.
That's all right, mate. Go for it.
No, I just it's a big ask. Yeah, so as to repeat what we did after the bubble. And it's like, oh, yeah, how cool would it be? We all went through it together. How cool would it be? We make the playoffs. And then, holy shit, we made the conference finals. Then we made the finals. And it's like, I don't think anything is really out of our reach. Our potential is not even been, it hasn't 100% been tapped. We haven't reached our peak yet. We haven't reached the summit of what we're capable of, and that might take another piece or two, but we'll get to that. But yeah, definitely, we've got every chance of breaking a lot of records this year, and it's a double thumbs up for me.
Nate, what you got?
Very simply, I put my thumbs up because of the fact that we're about to get back to full strength and we're already on a 10-game win streak. So we've been playing at half strength and less than that and just completely depleted in several positions and relying on Book and CP3, and we're killing it. And, you don't think we can win another 8 games back into full strength?
9.
100, man. Nailed it. Well done.
9
I'm just going to double down and just say,
or 10 games.
yeah. Well, no, what was it? It was 18. We broke the 18. We got 19, didn't we?
19 we won.
So we need
19 we
another
won.
10. We've done this first 10 real tough, I think. Very depleted, as Nate was saying. And I think I really like the way that Aiton was looking just before he got injured in that game in particular. And I'm just looking forward to him coming back and being really, really dominant. And he's obviously not going to be an all-star, but I think he's going to have...
Oh, he might still yet.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Who the hell wants to be an
Well,
all-star at the
the
moment?
coaching staff actually picks the bench for
Yeah.
the year. Yeah,
Well,
who knows?
hopefully. But if he doesn't, and that's more likely of a scenario, I think, he could have that little chip and he might just come out and get us go on a 10-game tear and get us there. So look, I think we're gonna be back to full strength hopefully in the next 10 games. Maybe not campaign coming back, but look, and Gav, yours is probably the safer bet because it's a massive feat. 19 games, 18 games, fucking 10 games. So
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'd be fucking stoked if we did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I look at our next 10
Massive
games,
feat.
and we got Brooklyn at home, Atlanta away, Washington away, Chicago away, Philly away, Milwaukee at home, which is obviously the return of the playoff game or the finals games. If we get to Milwaukee and we're still undefeated, I'm on board.
No, and that's fair. I don't think there's going to be much rebuttal because we both appreciate it from both sides, right?
Yeah.
Move it along.
Moving along. Okay. Is Cam Johnson our best ever three-point shooter? Now, we're going to kick off with you, Gav, because you are our only thumbs up.
When it comes to impact on a game and somebody who impacts the game, and I think Cam is now shooting at 41% this year from 3 points. I tried to have a look back at who were great 3-point shooters that played for Phoenix. Now, I know that, and probably someone will come up with the argument, oh, Devin Booker won the 3-point contest. Don't care about that. He's not a big 3-point shooter. This year, much more than what he had been previously. But when it comes to consistent hitting the scoreboard with a 3-point shot, I'm really not convinced. And look, I'm more than happy to be rebutted against this, but I'm really not convinced that we've ever had somebody who is a more consistent, better stroke shooter from 3 than Cameron Johnson.
Nate.
Fuck you, Gav. Stick your stats up your ass.
I'm waiting for it. Where are you sitting right now?
Mate, I'm never going past my Dan Marley love. And I don't
I
care if
know.
you call him
Dan
a
Marley's
3-point
out.
shooter or not. He is famous.
Who's a career 34% 3-point shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Career. Because Cam is a flash in the pan when it comes to looking at
Who's a
everyone.
career 39.5-point shooter.
He's a flash in the pan. Cam Johnson, in a history of Suns, is a flash in the pan. So that's where I'm going to argue your point, Gav.
How many games did Dan Marley play?
Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Hemo.
I'm going to go a couple ways with this. Number one, no fucking way in hell, Gav.
Oh, who's better?
Seriously. In my personal opinion, I could name probably about 5 people.
Okay, let's go.
Booker, Nash, Kidd, Hill.
No.
Um,
Grant Hill.
Let him go, Gav.
Not a
Let him go.
Phoenix.
Now, hang on. Once again, question is vague. So if you're looking at the current best 3-point percentage for the Phoenix Suns, who is it? Without looking it up, because I've already done it.
Okay, go.
Who has the current? I want you
Dunno.
guys to answer.
Don't know, go.
Ish Wainwright, it's
Oh, come
0.667.
on. You're fair income.
Okay, yeah, 100.
That's
Now,
not an argument.
who has the all-time
Minimum attempts need to be taken into consideration.
3-pointers percentage? made from Phoenix Suns history?
Shoot.
Waiting.
Steve Nash.
How many shots, 3-point shots, did Steve Nash take? Is my
Oh, look, I'm going to have to go a fair
Probably
bit
the
deeper
first
into
one
that to
admit
find
he
it.
didn't take enough, and he did.
I could throw stats left and right, but I don't believe Cam Johnson is the best 3-point shooter ever in the Suns' history because what's he been there
Who's
like 3
your
weeks?
call, Steve Nash?
Come on, Gav wanted an argument, and he looked up some stats to fill
Who's,
his argument.
who's your best, Steve Nash?
You're only as good as your last game, and today
Who's
it's
your best,
fucking
Steve
Ish
Nash?
Wainwright.
No, it's not. You're not only as good as your last game.
Okay.
You are.
Okay. I haven't gone yet. Now, I appreciate you looking at the stats there, Hamo. Well done. And you've been pretty good on it all night. It's been great. You need to take into consideration the amount of attempts that we've got here. Nate was talking about
that's percentage made, so that includes attempts.
No. The percentage doesn't include. It doesn't.
Yeah,
So,
that's Ish Wainwright. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
I'm saying Ish can't take 10 threes and make 5 of them. And you say he's a 50% 3-point shooter.
No, he's not.
Whereas
He's a 6.67.
Cam Johnson is throwing up 6+.
I get
per
what you
game.
guys are saying, but yeah,
So
overall,
it's a much larger sample size.
overall,
Cam
what I'm
Johnson.
saying
However,
is no. There's no fucking
and
way
that's
Cam
fine.
Johnson's the best.
And that's fine. Look, we could be having this discussion in probably 3, 4, 5 years time, and if this maintains for Cam Johnson, I'll be happy to say something then. However, I'm going to lean more towards what Nate said. And at the moment, when you're talking about a 2 or 3 year player, it's more of a flash in the pan. And look, we can't. It's really hard, and it's not fair to compare it against the previous eras because they hardly shot the 3, and it was just a different game, right? So, I still lean. My heart still leans towards your Dan Marleys, your Steve Nashes, your Quentin Richardsons, all these guys that were just, they were our 3 guys back then, and they weren't percentage-wise. You're right, Gav. They were not on the level that Cam Johnson is right now. But these guys weren't throwing up fucking 300 threes a day.
It was a different game. It was a different game.
They weren't training for the 3 like they are nowadays, and it's a really weak argument. So, Gav, I'm going to let you have it.
Yeah, no, before Boyd, just everyone prepare yourself because you got slaughtered, Boyd, for reading a box score at the first part of the pod, and you're about to get rebutted with nothing but statistics and box scores.
Correct.
I'm not getting rebutted. I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Well, all of us are. All of us are.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm not rebutting it. I'm saying I appreciate what Gav put forward, and I appreciate the work that Hamo's done.
I don't appreciate what he put forward at all, but
That was gay. But anyway, so Dan Marley at his highest was 6.7 attempts per game from 3. 6.7 at 36%. His career average was 4 attempts a game at 358. Yeah. Cameron Johnson attempts 2.1 attempts per game over his career at 387. Cameron Johnson is a far more efficient 3-point shooter than what Dan Marley ever was. Steve Nash.
Far.
What?
So far, he might not hit a shot for 6 months. Who knows?
It's 2 different games, guys.
It is.
It's 2 different games.
It is.
Really? Because today's game shoots a hell of a lot more threes.
I know.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
Dan Marley averaged more 3-point attempts than what Cameron Johnson did per game.
He started a lot more games
Whoa,
correct?
Whoa. No. You told me it's a different game because everybody shoots more threes now.
It is, and it all
But
the
Dan
amount
Marley-
of threes you can shoot
Dan
depends
Marley-
on your time on the
Dan
floor.
Marley took more threes per game than what Cameron Johnson does.
Are you saying Cam Johnson takes 2 attempts per game?
No,
2.1.
because because
2.1.
Cam Johnson's been playing for three fucking years, and he fucking hardly got up any in the first 1.5, right? It's such a stupid argument to argue over such a sample size with someone on his rookie contract to someone like Dan Marley, who wasn't great because he didn't fucking work on that part of his game like he did the rest of it. It wasn't something
Hold
at
on,
the
you
forefront.
said you all just sat there and went he was a better shooter, but now he's not great.
No, look, that's my heart talking. I just and I also said you can't really look if Dan Marley came up in the same draft as Cam Johnson, I think that and trained the same way in today's game, I think he's a better shooter.
Right, I got a picture of me and Dan right behind my head here. You can't see because of the filter, because I'm in Dan's bar. My Dan love runs deep. Gav, go fuck yourself.
Steve Nash has him, but you're wrong.
And no,
Can
but
the Suns win a title
you're
this
all
season without making any moves at the trade deadline? We all said thumbs up. Now, Hemo, I want you to kick off.
Man, I think we've got the pieces. You know, we came so close last year, and I think the only thing that didn't help quite get us across the line was overall experience. We had experienced people like CP3. You know, we had experienced people from the bubble and that, but it was a new team. We were dealing with some issues and that, you know, post-COVID, post-bubble, first real kind of season. And we came so close. But clearly, in this 40-9 season that we've so far put on, we have really learnt and grown from what we have experienced last year in the finals, going all the way back to the bubble, man. And I don't think, like, you look at the losses of Kaminsky, Saric, Payne, various other people, some, I don't know, Turkish fella or something, I can't remember his name. Our coach was out, you know. We've had to deal with a lot this year as well. And we've adjusted and we've still managed to keep that record. And are we 3 or 4 games in front of number 2 now? 4 games. And who's that? Golden State?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
6 games in front of the East.
Look, it's just, I think.
So we don't have to make a move, Hemo.
I don't think so, man. I think we've got what it takes.
Awesome. Nate.
I'm going to answer in 2 parts. The first part I already mentioned earlier. They keep surprising me. I shouldn't be surprised anymore, but they keep surprising me. Doesn't matter who's out or how many players are out, they keep kicking ass. So that's my first point. My second point is what James Jones said during the game in the interview with K-Ray today. He actually, when asked about the trade deadline coming up, he said, there's no magic stroke. We're going to continue to grow internally. Now, it could be a deflection, or it could be genuinely what he sees in the team, that he doesn't need to make a move. The pieces are set, and we just need to grow over the second half of this season. Either way, I reckon as Suns fans, we've got to learn to trust this guy because he's delivered us what in our lifetime we have not enjoyed as adults before.
True. Gav.
Yeah. When it comes to can we win the championship this year with what we have? Yes. Off the back of what Nate said, they just keep surprising me. The team chemistry right now in that team is just unbelievable. Do I think a move would help us achieve that goal? Yes. But right now, our side's good enough that we can win it. I'd prefer that we shored up a couple of things like Landry Shamet and Alfred Payton, but yes, how we sit right now, we can win it.
This is an important subject for Suns fans to go through too, right? Because if he doesn't make a move, we need to be on board with it.
Yeah.
We need to trust him and follow the team as it sits right now, regardless of whether we're hoping something changes.
Or we will fill his office full of goat turds.
Hey, just on the heels of our thumbs up, thumbs down question earlier, we have the greatest 3-point shooter in Suns history on our squad right now in Cam Johnson. Yep. We have a a previous thumbs up and thumbs down episode where we said Devin Booker is the greatest son of all time already, or nearing it.
Yep.
And we've also touched on Chris Paul being the greatest point guard in Suns history.
You forgot one.
What's the other one?
DeAndre Ayton is the most important piece in this team.
There we go. So look, we've touched on this in the last probably month or so on all these aspects in this segment, I think too. But yeah, look, I don't think we have to make a move. It'd be nice to shore up some things. But look, we're still developing. We're still seeing internal development from the likes of Cam Johnson. Booker's taken another leap with his defense this year. Aiton's become way more consistent. And yeah, James Jones has already done a great job in plugging some holes with Busy and issues starting to come through. And so look, we'd be I think, me being the optimist that I am, I think we'd be completely fine if we didn't make any moves. But having someone like a Justin Holiday or a Torrey Craig or
Eric Gordon.
Goran's apparently going to be gone from Toronto.
Well, I read something today. Big talk about Goran on the buyout with.
Yes.
Don't want him. Don't need him.
Talk. Really, you would rather Alfred Payton over Goran Dragic?
That wasn't the question.
Oh, we're so far off topic, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, we'll get to this next week. But no, I don't want Goran Dragic in general.
I had so much hope for Landry in today's game. After he came out last game, he looked just like, finally, okay, this is the guy they extended. This is the hope we wanted. This is the positional fit we wanted. And then he just trips over Cam Johnson running backwards down the court. 2 minutes left in the game, sprains his ankle. What a dick.
Yeah, that's 42 million, well and truly wasted.
We don't know that. We don't know that yet.
It's not well and truly. There's still a half a season for him to prove it.
We don't know that yet.
Half a season more to be
He doesn't know what
disappointed.
playoffs are really like yet. So
look how shallow we are in general, and we've still managed to win 10 games with Landry playing the way he has. He's had one good game in that 10. So
Who said I'm shallow? You're shallow.
He can only go up from here, if you ask me.
Yeah, well,
and
it's not any worse.
And, exactly. So my thing is that he's got plenty of time. You know, another fucking 4 years. So he's got plenty of time to play to the guy that we originally signed him up.
So thumbs up, thumbs down is wrapped up. Let's go in, wrap up. Guys, any last comments? We'll start with you, Hamo.
No, look, once again, just like to thank Terry and Prince for being an absolute fucking muppet, and Fowl and Chris Paul, you made me so happy, bro. Seriously though, like, what was he thinking, man? Like, Chris Paul was being respectful. Like, we're not gonna play on someone.
He was not being respectful.
He
nutmegged the fuck out of him.
Yeah, but he wasn't going for the basket.
He embarrassed the shit out of him.
Yeah, of course he did. But still, like, thanks. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, looking forward to another good week. Hopefully get to see, let's have a look here. I might get to see Wednesday's game. Definitely won't get to see Friday. Yep, get to see Sunday. Should be a good week. Go Suns.
Lovely.
Everyone get into the chat.
Yeah, look, I'm glad to be back, boys. I'm looking forward to the big couple of weeks that we have coming up, with some surprises being thrown into the mix. But yeah, good to be back chatting with the lads.
Nader?
No, I'd like to come back. Mate, I'm really looking forward to the Atlanta game. If I've got a really busy week up till Friday, so I'm hoping Friday I can take it a little bit easy from lunch and catch that one. I did want to part with a final comment from James Jones. So when he was doing the broadcast again with K-Ray, they were talking about the practice facility and all the tech and equipment they've got installed in there. And he made the comment that the practice center is equipped so the guys can come back here and after a game and see if they got better. And I laughed to myself because I immediately thought, I just got this visual of somebody stopping Landry Shaman at the door saying, no, you don't need to come in, you still didn't. But that's all I got, Gav.
Very nice. Everyone, like, subscribe, comment. To be honest, we're getting pretty good numbers watching and everything else, and not enough numbers liking, not enough numbers subscribing. just like it. Over the next couple of weeks, we are hopefully going to load up on some big guests. So enjoy that and make sure that you let everybody know what's coming up. And at the end of the day, another fantastic episode. Thank you very much, gents. You guys fucking rock as always. I love the fact that I can hang shit on you because you guys are always wrong and I'm always right. But you know, one day you might get me. One day. Thank you, Suns fans. Love your work. See you next week.
Peace.
Hey, this is Dave King from Brightside and the Solar Panel. I want to give a special shout out to your Aussie Facebook group for Suns fans. Good job. Keep up all the hard work, and we'll see you on the Solar Panel when you guys watch again.